The rain on Kepler 442b wasn't like Earth rain. It fell in thick, luminescent droplets that sizzled against metal and stone, casting an eerie blue glow across the human colony's industrial district. Alex wiped the phosphorescent moisture from his goggles and cursed under his breath. Another 16-hour shift at the terraforming station, and his reward was walking home through alien weather that could burn through cheap fabric. He was halfway past the scrapyard when he heard it. A sound that didn't belong to machinery or weather. A whimper. Soft, broken, and utterly desperate, Alex stopped. Every instinct screamed at him to keep walking. The colony had rules. Don't interfere with the Drakari. Don't acknowledge their presence outside designated zones. Humanity was guests here, barely tolerated after the war that had devastated both species. One wrong move and the fragile peace could shatter. But that sound, that goddamned sound. He found her behind a pile of corroded hull plating and his breath caught. She was small, maybe equivalent to a human 7-year-old, with iridescent scales that shifted from deep purple to silver in the rain's glow. Her wings, still developing, hung limp against her back. One was torn, the membrane shredded. But it was her eyes that broke something in him. Those ancient reptilian eyes that held more pain than any child should ever know. In her arms, she cradled something wrapped in what looked like torn thermal sheeting. The bundle was too still. "Please," she whispered in broken Terran standard, her forked tongue struggling with the human words. "Please, bury my brother." Alex felt his heart drop into his stomach. He glanced around. No witnesses. The smart thing would be to walk away, contact Colonial Services, let them handle it through proper channels, which meant the body would be incinerated without ceremony. Drakari custom meant nothing to human bureaucracy. He knelt in the toxic rain, feeling it burn small holes through his jacket. "What's your name?" he asked gently. "Maya." Her voice was barely audible over the downpour. "Brother was Thyros. Plague took him." "Took mother. Took father. Only us left. Now only me." The crimson flux. Alex had heard about it spreading through the Drakari settlements, a disease that human immune systems shrugged off like a common cold but was devastating the native population. Another bitter reminder of humanity's arrival. Invaders not through malice but biology itself. "Maya," Alex said slowly, "do you know what happens if someone sees me helping you?" "They could exile me, send me back to Earth." She nodded, tears mixing with rain on her scaled face. "I know, I'm sorry. But Drakari death priests won't come for orphan. Won't come for plague victim. Thyros will have no sky burial, no honor. Will be nothing." Something in Alex's chest cracked wide open. He'd seen war. He'd lost people. But he'd never had to beg strangers to give them dignity in death. "Show me where," he said. The Hollows, as the Drakari called it, was a sacred site carved into the crystal cliffs overlooking the colony. Maya led him there through secret paths, moving with the instinct of someone who'd learned to be invisible. Alex carried the small bundle, shocked by how light it was. Thyros couldn't have been more than 5 in human years. At the summit, Maya began to sing. The sound was otherworldly, clicks and resonant hums that seemed to vibrate in Alex's bones. She sang in her native tongue, a language humans had barely begun to translate. But he didn't need translation. This was grief in its purest form. Alex didn't just bury the boy. He'd grabbed tools from his workshop on the way, proper tools. He carved, he built. As Maya sang her brother's death hymn, Alex constructed a marker from fusion-cut crystal and titanium, etched with Drakari symbols that Maya shakily drew for him. He didn't know their meaning, but she said they were Thyros's name and the word for loved. When he finished, the binary suns were rising, painting the sky in colors Earth had never known. Maya touched the marker with one clawed hand, then looked at Alex with those ancient eyes. "Why?" she asked simply. "Humans hate us, we fought. We killed your people. You killed ours." Alex was quiet for a long moment. "My daughter," he finally said. "She was about your age when the war started. Ship got hit during evacuation. I wasn't there." He swallowed hard. "Nobody buried her, Maya. Nobody sang for her. She's just somewhere out in the dark. If someone had done for her what I'm doing now..." His voice broke. "I'd want them to. I'd need them to." Maya stared at him, processing. Then slowly, carefully, she reached out and took his hand in her small, scaled one. They found them at dawn. Colonial security. alerted by some busybody who'd seen a human heading toward Drakari territory. Alex was already preparing his defense, his apology, his acceptance of whatever punishment came. But it was a Drakari elder who arrived first, flanked by human officials. The ancient creature's scales were bone-white with age, wings scarred from countless battles. It approached the grave marker, studying it with unreadable eyes. The silence stretched like broken glass. Then the elder bowed. Actually bowed. To Alex, to the grave, to Maya. Human. The elder's translator device crackled. You have given honor where our own pride would not. You have shown what we thought your kind incapable of. Compassion without obligation. The ancient Drakari's eyes shimmered. The child Maya is now ward of the circle. She will be cared for. Educated. Given purpose. The elder turned to the stunned human officials, and this human is named Kinfriend. He walks where he wishes. Drakari territory is open to him. This is our law. As Maya was led away by gentle hands toward a future she'd thought lost, she looked back at Alex. She didn't smile. Drakari couldn't, not like humans. But her eyes said everything. Alex watched her go, the morning light catching on the grave marker he'd built. The colony administrators were already arguing, probably about diplomatic implications and protocol violations. He didn't care. For the first time since losing his daughter, something in him felt almost whole. Sometimes humanity's greatest strength wasn't in their weapons or their technology. It was in their stubborn, foolish, beautiful refusal to let grief go unanswered. To insist that every life, no matter how alien, deserved to be mourned. That was the human factor. That was why, against all odds, they survived among the stars.